You know, we spend our entire lives running from one thing: failure. But what if I told you that crashing and burning, I mean utterly and completely, is the single most important ingredient for success? Sounds crazy, right? Well, let's dive in. Just think about it for a second. That one project you're totally terrified to start? That setback that keeps you staring at the ceiling at night? What if that exact thing is actually the best thing that could ever happen to you? I know, it sounds completely nuts. But stick with me here, because we're about to break down how a total, complete failure can actually become your greatest weapon. Okay, to really get a handle on this, we need a real-life story. And this one, it kicks off with a massive ambition at one of the most elite universities on the entire planet, Princeton. The plan seems simple, but man was it demanding. Get into Princeton, crush the pre-med track, and boom, become a doctor. The whole future was laid out, just this one single path. But then, a legendary roadblock showed up. You know, the one course that's famous for crushing dreams and separating the contenders from the pretenders. Yeah, I'm talking about, as our source puts it, this devil of a course called organic chemistry. So what happened? Well, it wasn't just a bad grade. It wasn't a near miss. It was a complete, undeniable, dream-shattering failure. The kind that makes you question, like, everything about who you are. And this right here, this is the moment of crisis. When your whole plan just blows up in your face, there's that one question that just echoes in your head. Am I an absolute failure? You know, for most people, this is where the story just ends. They get stuck right in that spot. So what's behind that feeling, that deep, sinking doubt? Well, it's powered by one of the strongest forces in the universe, the fear that holds you back. Let's actually define fear for a second. It's not just some feeling. It's more like a cage. It is the thing that is literally holding you back from doing the thing you're supposed to do. Think about it. Fear stops you from taking that first step. It restricts you from being your best self. And maybe, most importantly, it prevents you from leading, from being the leader you were meant to be. So how in the world do you break out of that cage? Well, it all starts with a pre-radical mindset shift. You have to totally redefine what it even means to be a leader, because that's where all your power is hiding. See, most of us are taught to think of leadership as a noun, a title, a position. But that's just wrong. Leadership is a verb, it's an action. It's all about how you operate and how you treat people, not the fancy title on your business card. And here's the absolute key takeaway. You don't need permission to lead. You don't need a title. Just by how you show up and interact with the people around you, you are a leader, right now, in this very moment. Okay, so let's bring it back to my story. What happened after that devastating failure in organic chemistry? Well, it wasn't the end. Not at all. It was a pivot. It was a repositioning. And here's the big reveal. That catastrophic failure, it wasn't a dead end. It was a massive, flashing neon arrow, a redirection, pointing towards a completely different and, yeah, ultimately, a much better path. Just look at this incredible chain of events. Step 1. Fail the one class that was supposed to secure your entire future. Okay. Step 2. Switch your major to sociology, a field all about human connection. Interesting. Step 3. Discover a deep, genuine passion for networking. And finally, Step 4. Use that new passion to launch a whole mentorship program to help other people find their way. And the results? They were totally real. This wasn't just some little side project, it was changing lives. People were actually saying things like, I landed the dream job of my life because of the networking training you taught. Just wow, imagine that, going from a failed chemistry class to literally changing someone's entire career. So let's be absolutely crystal clear here. That success, that impact, that feeling of fulfillment, none of it would have existed without that failed chemistry test. The failure wasn't an obstacle on the way to success. The failure was the path. And that brings this whole thing right back to you. We've seen how this worked out for one person, right? Now, it's your turn. What is your failure trying to teach you? Every single setback, every struggle, every single one of those moments where you feel like you're just not enough, that's not random noise. Your adversity is actually your teacher. It's a signal pointing you toward the exact lesson you need to learn right now. And yeah, sometimes that signal isn't a gentle whisper. Sometimes, like the source material says, it feels like you're being hit in the head. But believe it or not, it's happening for a reason. It's happening so that you'll finally redirect. So I'm just going to leave you with this one thought. The failure you're facing right now, It's not a stop sign, it's a signpost, and it is pointing you somewhere. The only question left is, where are you supposed to go?